Denmark is known for its very relaxed way of handling alcohol and in general the drunkenness. We love our beers and our bars and spending hours of hygge together, maybe over a glass or two. In some languages, drunk as a Dane is actually a way of saying that someone is very, very drunk. But we can't really deny it. Alcohol does play a big role in the life of many Danes. What exactly does that mean, you may be wondering? Is everyone just drunk all the time? Well, maybe you've guessed it already. Today we are here to tell you some facts about the Danish drinking culture. So stay tuned. The drinking age is the first thing we're going to talk about. Well, you might be surprised by how young the legal drinking age is in Denmark. Young people can buy things like beer and wine from the age of 16, and everything that has a higher percentage, is from the age of 18. And that's quite a bit younger than 21, for instance, right? And then you may have also heard that the youngsters take the drinking business pretty seriously. Parties tend to have a lot of alcohol, and they are very common amongst Danish teens. I mean, I remember, because I was definitely a part of that culture. And parents surely worry about their kids and tell them to be careful, and they're generally fine with their kids partying and also drinking. Lots of Danish parents actually support them and help them make sure that the party is really fun by helping them provide the location, the food, and the drinks. So again, it's very relaxed. That leads us to number 2. Lots of important events in Denmark and in Danish people's lives in general include a good amount of drinking. Like for example, the so-called studentertid. This is the time after high school graduation. It tends to last roughly 2 months. To celebrate that they are or will be university students soon. Young Danes spend about a month, 2 months, 3 months partying like their life is depending on it. And that is during the so-called Recursion and studentertid. During studenterkørsel, the freshly graduated class drives around in a rented truck whilst dancing and partying on the truck. During this time, they also complete lots of challenges. For each achievement your student hat gets a little mark. A student hat is a white hat like this one. You can see. It is blue here because it's done in a business high school. Normally they're red or even black in international high schools. You get this hat when you graduate, and you also do the drinking in combination with all these achievements. For each achievement, that could be watching the sunset, it could be drinking, it could be, there are lots of rules. Your student hat gets a little mark, like this. Cuts on the inside. There are also rules to what you can write on top of it or in it, and how you can actually present this at all. But celebrations aren't just for young people. There are events where there are people of all ages who meet up and drink a glass or 2 or 3, or you get the idea. For example, Danish Christmas lunches, or in Danish julefrokost. People meet up with their friends or their family. It could be with their co-workers, their fellow students, and the list goes on and on and on. And practically every weekend in November and December, they're booked with these lunches. So we meet to eat lots of delicious and traditional Danish foods and enjoy drinks like beer and lots of schnapps. So it's hard liquor. It's called lunch, but it is basically a Christmas-themed party that usually goes on and way into the night, and a lot of drinking is definitely included. But meeting up over some beers does not just mean once in a lifetime or once a year events where everyone gets completely wasted. Just finishing the day off with a beer after work or university classes is a very popular everyday activity. In fact, usually universities have several Friday bars, or so-called fredagsbar. In my university, Aarhus University, there were 26 of them. They are a place where you can go and do anything from have a chat to partying into the night. You could also play board games. It really depends on what time of day that you're going to them and what kind of events that take place. Then we're going to talk a little bit about the cultural differences. So while a lot of countries have a certain culture around how they consume alcohol, you may go, whoa, wow, crazy at Denmark's drinking culture, because alcohol seems to play such a pivotal role in how Danes socialize. And it is true, there is often øl involved when you hang out together. And when it does get excessive, you may be in for a cultural shock if you aren't used to it. And the Danish drinking culture certainly has its downsides. We can't deny that too much drinking is unhealthy, especially when it becomes a habit rather than an actual enjoyment, every once in a while. Therefore, there have been many debates on increasing the legal drinking age to decrease excessive drinking among especially young people. In general, in Denmark, it can actually make life a little harder if you don't drink at all or aren't a big fan of beer. Because being the only sober one at a party isn't always fun. Really though, if you have good company, we really hope that you have lots of fun and make great memories no matter what. If you are in a situation where you feel pushed to drink, it is very, very okay for you to actually say no, and you can definitely do that. And if someone gives you a negative remark, a negative comment for it, listen, just forget about them. You are the one and the only one that decides how much and what you want to drink. So skål, en øl, en cola og vand. Skål!